Hey there, it's Bobi aka Paginator, and today I want to talk about my Sharkathon TBR and a couple of Sharkathon announcements. So first announcement is more of just a reminder. Shark Week on the Discovery Channel starts on July 20th and goes through the 26th, and those are the dates of Sharkathon. I thought maybe this summer I was gonna get to stay home for all of Shark Week. I thought. So there's a big holiday in Utah where my family lives on the 24th of July. And sometimes I go back for a celebration, sometimes I don't. My dear sweet mother has volunteered me to take some portraits, do a session, for a young lady that's a neighbor. And we're really trying to help this particular young lady right now because she's 16 and pregnant, and just, I can't imagine how terrifying that must be for her. So my mom goes, well, you're coming back for the 24th. Just talk to her mom and schedule a portrait session for that weekend. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm going back for the 24th. So I will not be at home for part of the Sharkathon, which is irritating, but if I can do something nice for someone else, that's more important. And I can watch Discovery shows on my iPad while I'm at my parents' house and stuff if I need to. And I can still read. Yeah. So let's talk about books. I have a few books that I've kind of set aside. I haven't really shown them in a video yet. I've just been kind of holding them for Sharkathon this year. So I'll do a quick show. I'll read a bit of the synopsis for each one, and then we'll move onward. So we're going to start with Flush by Carl Hiaasen. And these books are all either shark or ocean related. This one says, the Coral Queen casino boat is treating the ocean like a toilet bowl, so Noah's dad decides to sink the darn thing. Problem is there's no evidence of illegal dumping. Now dad's in the clink, the boat's back in business, and only Noah can flush the truth out into the open. Carl Hiaasen's middle grade books are usually really funny, so I'm excited about this one. The next one is Fins. This is by Randy Wayne White, and this is part of a Sharks Incorporated series. This is the first one in the series. I don't have the other ones, but if I really like this one, I'll look into getting the others. So this says, the world's shark population is in trouble for a sad, simple reason, shark fin soup. And although it's illegal, poachers have been targeting Florida's biannual migration of black-tipped sharks. Marine biologist Doc Ford needs help protecting the sharks and enlists 3 kids, Luke, Maribel, and Sabina. Luke is brand new to Florida from the Midwest. Sisters Maribel and Sabina have recently arrived from Cuba, and all 3 feel like fish out of water. It's going to take some convincing for them to work as a team and recognize in themselves the courage, wisdom, and tenacity Doc sees. Together they form Sharks Incorporated, and the trio has an important assignment. Set out each day on a small fishing boat to tag sharks for Doc's research and stay away, far away from any poachers in the area. The 3 aren't looking for trouble, but when they come face to face with danger, survival requires them to rely on each of their own unique gifts and especially on one another. So, fun fact, I was doing some research about shark finning, which is where these poachers go and catch sharks, cut the fins off, and then throw the body back in the water. And it's just for shark fin soup, which to my understanding is illegal here in the US, but it is still served in some places, I think primarily in Asia, if I'm not mistaken. But the I was kind of laughing in my mind because one of my coworkers tricked her son into eating some clam chowder once by telling him it was shark fin soup. He's on the spectrum, and he was just like, I don't know, you have to pull out what tricks you can when you have kids that are tough to handle. And they were in a restaurant in San Diego, and she was like, no, this is shark fin soup. You can think of how cool you are if you have this. Anyway, to this day, he still thinks that's what he ate. But moving back to my topic. So when I was researching this topic, I learned that the shark fins don't really add much flavor or any nutritional value to the soup. It's a status thing. It's like, oh, I ate shark fin soup. Like, so infuriating. Just stop. But let's keep going with the books. I'm sorry. Okay, this one is Dantes and Electra to the Depths of the Sea by Shanti Hershenson, and this is a novel in verse. It says, welcome to the lonely life of Pontus. Until the most pivotal moment of his life, other than the day a thick darkness consumed the waters, he believes he's the only great white shark in his underwater world. Welcome to the lonely life of Electra. Until the most unexpected moment of her life, other than the day a monster snatched her mother from the waters, she believes she will never find comfort in another again. Together, Pontus and Electra find meaning in their lives through unconditional love and the hope and joy of company in an expansive ocean. But plagued by humanity's horrors and a drizzle of existential dread, their bonds are tested, and the innocence of a romance under the sea will never be so simple again. I'm really hoping that this won't be really sad, because I don't want bad things to happen to these sharks. But, I mean, we already know that bad things are happening. Next book is In Deeper Waters by F.T. Lukens. So we're turning to a piratey kind of thing. Prince Tal has long awaited his coming-of-age tour. After spending most of his life cloistered behind palace walls as he learns to keep his forbidden magic secret, he can finally see his family's kingdom for the first time. His first taste of adventure comes just 2 days into the journey, when their crew discovers a mysterious prisoner on a burning, derelict vessel. Tasked with watching over the prisoner, Tal is surprised to feel an intense connection with the roguish Athlin. So when Athlin leaps overboard and disappears, Tal feels responsible and heartbroken, knowing Athlin could not have survived in the open ocean. That is until Tal runs into Athlin days later on dry land, very much alive and as charming and secretive as ever. But before they can pursue anything further, Tal is kidnapped by pirates and held in a ransom plot to reveal his rumored powers and instigate a war. Tal must escape if he hopes to save his family and the kingdom, and Athlin might be his only hope. Sounds like it could be a fun adventure. And then the last book I have is Voice of the Ocean. This is by Kelsey That's a name I can't say. So this one is pretty new. It's a 2025 release. And the synopsis tells us, as the youngest daughter of the Siren Queen, Celeste's life is tightly controlled. Desperate to prove her worth and escape her destiny, trapped in the palace as a royal figurehead, she intends to join the Chorus, an elite group of Siren warriors. With the final test on the horizon, Celeste feels the pressure to finally gain control over her temperamental song, a magic gifted by the goddess herself. But when Celeste encounters a seemingly harmless ship in Staria's waters, helmed by the intriguing Prince Raiden Sharp, her path veers toward forbidden waters. Believing the handsome sailor to be innocent of any wrongdoing, Celeste defies Siren law to save Raiden's life, despite knowing he's the son of a king who has murdered many of her kindred. The penalty for Celeste's betrayal should be death, but the queen offers her an alternative: right her wrong by assassinating the prince. Determined to first discover the truth behind the prince's clandestine mission, Celeste agrees to become human. But the human world is nothing like she expected, nor is the prince the charming and noble man she assumed him to be. Disguised among Raiden's ragtag crew, she searches for the truth. But as Celeste finds her place aboard the ship, friendships and attraction will begin to grow. Will Celeste be able to do what must be done, or will her choices unravel a kingdom, devastating sirens and humans alike? So those are the 5 books that I've got saved for my reading. I don't know that I'll be able to get through all 5 of them in the days of the Sharkathon, but who knows. If you have not already gotten the game and information with the Sharkathon rules, it will be linked in the space below. And I did have someone reach out and say, hey, Kofi won't let me pay you anything, and you don't have to pay any amount on Kofi. It is free for the Sharkathon printables, but somebody wanted to and it wouldn't let them, and I have reached out to Kofi and that problem has been fixed according to them. So maybe fixed. In terms of shark related things that are not specifically books, I thought, you know what, maybe I'll want like an activity or something, some kind of crafting to do. What if I want to take breaks between books? I have my Shark Week junk journal that I made, and I also have a whale shark diamond painting. You can kind of see part of it right there. I'm not going to open up the whole thing right now because then I'll have packets of beads and stuff all over the place, or drills or whatever they're called. So I introduced you to the shark in part 2 of my 31 books in 31 days, and he is a color changing shark. One person has suggested the name Lemony when he's this color especially, but I am still taking suggestions for a name for this shark. So if you have any ideas, go ahead and hit me up in the comments below. So I think that'll be all for today. Please let me know in the comments below if you are planning on participating in Sharkathon at all, or if you like sharks or Shark Week or any ocean stuff. Or you can leave me just a little shark emoji if you're not sure what else to say. Have a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading, crafting, or journaling. Adios.